this mic on or? All right. So we've got some Granblue running. Shoot, I actually forgot what the matchup is, but Astuarte's up. Might be running the Vicala. These are gonna be a first to 3 round robin, so a bit of a shorter bracket today. Got Nelu on the scene. All right, so we've got all our participants again. First gonna be Astuarte, as well as I actually don't know his tag, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, bro.
What's up? I don't know if
Are you quiet?
what.
Oh, this thing still isn't on the stand.
So you just have to hold it.
I think so.
Unless you want the one on the stand.
I don't know. Nope, this one works just fine.
All right.
Madison Masters Monthly 23. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. So
Fire. All right.
for sure. So what's the incoming matchup? Has Astuarte been playing any other characters? I know they usually stick with the Vicala.
I think
but-
it's just Vicala.
Okay.
I would assume so. I'm not entirely sure. But then out of Savannah, we should be seeing the Beelzebub. Gotta love Beelzebub.
For sure. Definitely
Yeah,
interesting
possess.
because both characters can represent some far range game plans, but
Yeah.
Beelzebub's definitely the one that wants to go in this matchup.
Definitely. I was just about to say Vicala definitely with a little bit better zoning tools. But
Granblue Fantasy
Just
versus
the deadly factor and the
Rising.
trickery factor on Beelzebub is definitely an edge in this matchup.
Yeah, especially with the teleports and the dive kick, just such strong tools you can represent against a character that just wants to throw out these like very laggy projectiles. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely see how these come into play as the match goes on.
Yeah, when's the last time you played this game? Do you pay attention to this game really?
Not very, but
Yeah.
I just remember Beelzebub being very annoying last I played.
I
So I don't imagine
always gonna be like that,
I don't
yeah.
imagine he's like not annoying anymore, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's got some very tricky tools up his sleeve.
Yeah, they did change Vicala a little bit. I forget exactly what in terms of safety, but the rates on her better items are increased. So you get spike balls more often, stars more often, stuff like that.
That's definitely interesting, especially because there's a lot of cool setups you can do, especially with like the stars into like
Yeah.
throw, comboing off of throw. So
Yeah, it makes the cannon actually very deadly at that point. The spike ball is just kind of nuts.
all right. So
It's Patui, bro. It's plus like a million.
Astuarte
Ladiva.
already locked in on the Vicala, but
So I lied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind that Beelzebub talk. Ladiva. We are seeing grappler action versus
Grappler Zoner.
zoner
This has
action.
been
Yeah,
the matchup of all time.
the matchup of all time. These characters are very pure in their archetype, if you will.
Battle 1.
So we will see how it goes.
Immediately representing that lariat just to start your offense, and right off the bat, we're getting a quick little combo here.
Yeah,
I
we are in the
know.
corner. That's a big chunk of damage.
I know Astuarte is definitely the type of player to just represent block until you get frustrated to try to make a big risk, and especially against a grappler, it might not be the best plan, but Astuarte running a bit of an offense of their own.
Yeah, we're getting Vicala the grappler. We got 2 throws. Savannah able to make their way out of the corner. Back to neutral. Honest mids and strike though. Here we go.
Great mash on the throw attempt.
Not confirming. Oh, we're actually going to reversal SSBA out. Put the
Again,
Vicky Mouse
just-
ears on.
Astuarte just very content on defense, actually playing this very well, not letting too many opportunities slip.
Oh, the star just missing the cannon, but we're locking Silvano down so much the star's going to come around the backside. But the alt lariat going to catch Astuarte's jump, give Silvano the first round here.
Definitely a close game. That was almost a very scary situation coming out for Silvano because just that zoning game, once it gets started, it can be very hard to stop.
Yeah. Ooh, Silvano with a press, but Astuarte actually knowing there. That's the a good Ladiva setup for SPD there. Is just doing that light headbutt on hit. It is +2, but it's more honest mids and strike throw.
And here we're getting a bit more of that zoning game, recognizing the heart, actually going on offense there, and a bit of a scramble puts Silvano in the driver's seat.
Wow, throw into the corner there is Astuarte, but we're going to see the wake up SSBA. Oh, you know, even if Astuarte was blocking, this would have hit. Of course, it is a command throw, and ow, that is going to hurt a ton.
Just going to do a bit of good, kind of mitigating a bit of that lead that Astuarte put up in the beginning. Going for a throw tech.
Yeah, it didn't connect on the... Oh my gosh. All right. Astuarte still in it. We are 1-1 in game 1 of our round robin. We only got 3 people here today, so we're doing all first to 3. Holy, she threw Silvano out of the lariat.
These throws are definitely putting in work, especially considering Silvano's been thrown out of like 5 moves right now.
Yeah. Oh, knowing to crouch. Silvano, though, now in with the lariat. Not a big punish. But the VC, that's so deadly against Ladiva. We're just going to reversal back.
Just such a good defensive game coming out from Astuarte, making such good use of the space she's giving herself, as well as the BC to get out of these scary situations. Silvano just kind of finding a bit of trouble getting in.
Yeah. Oh,
but I mean, as soon as he does, this could be really scary. That counter hit close H is going to seal it out.
Yeah, very well done on Silvano. Just being patient, you know, understanding the BCs, the diamonds going away is going to make Vikala even more squishy than she is, and getting a nice counter hit there to seal that. Going to be going into round 2 here. Silvano knowing how to deal with the traps as well. Got that 2M on deck. Obviously, Astuarte guarding the trap pretty dang well and playing a little bit more of a pure zoning game, but uh-oh.
That's definitely the game plan you want to see coming out from Zoner Grappler. A bit of a misinput there, but
low-key, it might not have been. That's so fire. Not gonna lie.
I don't know the strats, but
I respect the heck out of that. That's the Wisconsin Ladiva special.
Nice DP coming out from Astuarte. Just gonna reset your pressure. And the 6-6M here. Wow.
Happen again. Oh, spot dodge. That's a dangerous spot dodge to make.
Nice match. And great crouch coming out for the lariat. Just throw him out. And that's going to be round 1 for Astuarte.
Yeah.
Game 2.
As hard, I feel like Silvano is just barely missing some long-range confirms into that headbutt. Obviously, Ladiva having to get in super, super close to make any sort of confirm really happen.
Learning a bit more of this game plan. And as we were seeing a bit before, Astuarte definitely content just sitting behind these cannons and giving up a bit of space to run the the zoning game plan.
Yeah.
Again with the close H though. This is going to be big damage and going to put Silvano in a pretty good lead from this position. Going to confirm into SBA here for a bit more extra damage.
Take the diamonds. We are within 1 interaction. See, there's that light headbutt I was worried about. Yeah, and Silvano just going to take gold SPD to seal that round. Keep it 1-1 again. It's so tough, right? There's that a little bit more long-range confirm off the far end that I was like looking for out of Silvano. Able to find it there, and now we are in the corner.
Definitely good awareness, especially when you're playing against a character as defensive as Vikala. You know, you got to make the most out of your hits, because if you let them slip, then they might just run away with their game plan. And
like you were just saying,
this might be a disastrous situation coming out. Trying to bait out a BC, I imagine, but ultimate
SPD,
SPD on defense to close that one out.
All right, it is very close. Astuarte Silvano. Astuarte is definitely not out of it, taking it to round 3 every single time. What a interesting headbutt there. Yeah, not quite finding another headbutt. It's gonna be on cooldown. Now Astuarte with some corner pressure of her own.
Opting here to just give up the space to set the game plan up. Definitely not a bad option, especially when you're playing against a character with stubby normals and very risky approach options.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, that headbutt. We got to mind that headbutt a little bit. The first one is +3. The others are minus, though.
Oh, a bit of a scramble coming out. Reversal on minus. You know, that one's a classic.
That is a classic. It really is.
Especially with how Estuarte's been playing defense so far, Sylvana just ready to call it out and take the game off of it.
Dude, that's one of the most frustrating things to me. It's like you represent blocking forever and ever and ever, and the one time you do, it's like, bro, why you're still like, I don't know, man. Anyway.
A bit of a confirm right off the start. This is what you want to see when you're playing with a diva. You know, you just want to run your pressure 24/7. But good mash coming out from Estuarte to kind of alleviate it. And back throw into might be incoming.
Another throw on. Oh, that's gonna be plus.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Got caught mashing on the lariat, but another back throw just to alleviate some of this pressure. Bit of a scramble coming out for the cheese.
Oh, just all
fireball,
yeah.
Really good, especially for the hard knockdown it gives.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Not quite able to represent that recently, but finally getting one out.
Yeah.
Nice
oh
little
no,
combo,
it'll
but
drop
the ult,
on the
the ult fireball for the hard knockdown, not quite connecting. But that jump in, cross up overhead, you know, not quite ready. And that's going to be one round for Estuarte yet again.
Yeah, it's going to round 3 every single time. These two competitors are doing so well. An ill-timed 2M is going to leave Estuarte getting SPD'd. Just going to BC out, yeah.
Yep.
All right, the zoner game plan, it's here. We have stars on deck, so many stars.
So many stars, yes. And the bomb's just going to force a bit of a neutral scramble here. This zoning game plan is non-stop right now. Another scramble coming out for the heart.
We got throw on deck. Let's go. More stars. Oh, and the ult lariat, very well timed from Sylvano to respond to just the relentless onslaught. Another SPD. Get out with
jumping the SPD and back throw to keep up the pressure.
Oh, we gotta chill. We gotta chill.
Just giving up all the space, just looking for a more defensive game plan here. And
so much danger. So much danger here from both players, and the spike
representing
ball.
alt lariat so much at the end there, but Estuarte not leaving any gaps in her zoning.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 1 point on the board for Estuarte here.
I mean, we did see that alt lariat, right, to respond to some gaps in the like projectile tosses, but the spike ball, it's so active and it stays out forever. All right, we are going to see
set up the smoke bomb.
Some more zoning.
Such a scary scenario, and Neona's quite literally stuck in between a rock and a hard place, trying to respect the trap, but also not trying to get knifed by any of the zoning.
Yeah. Estuarte in the corner, but we're able to get out. We're gonna take another Raging Strike, just raw Raging Strike.
Reversal SPD, nice.
Yeah, SPD on stagger.
But good reversals coming out from both players here.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a scramble experts.
I was about to say, that DP was so delayed. All right, what do we know about the confirms? It's okay. Oh, but the alt lariat, there it is.
Especially when you got no diamonds, you know, that's just going to do so much damage. And even if you have like a big lead, that's just going to close it out.
Yeah, 100%. All right, a little bit of an early BC, but that's fine. Sylvano right back on the pressure. Maybe it's actually not fine. We're going to get dash like close M for a big, big corner conversion.
And this is just what you want to see. Estuarte doing really good on that defense, though. Like, these mashes has been landing quite frequently.
Yeah, able to get good poke outs, but oh my gosh, we threw Ladiva out of the SPD. That is so crazy bold.
Nice. Good ult fireball there for the hard knockdown. Let's see what you're running the game plan. And just a bit of mental damage there.
It happened again. It happened again. Yeah, a back throw on the SPD. Oh, we're going to lock down, keep the close M, or sorry, the dash M safe with the traps. The game plan, it's here. Oh, but there it is. Sylvano going to take it with a good dash light confirm. Which
kind of just what we've been seeing through that entire set. Just as soon as you slip through the zoning game plan, it's so scary, especially when you can represent tools like alt lariat.
100%.
6XL, as we were seeing at the end.
Yeah, and Ladiva, lots of health. Vikala, not a lot of health.
Yeah, all right. So now we got, what is it? Nelu versus Sylvano. wonder what characters we'll see. Nelu, definitely not scared to represent whatever she's feeling. So Vano, as we were saying at the beginning of that set, could pull out the Beelzebub here, or maybe even stick with the Ladiva. We'll definitely have to see. I'm definitely more curious about Nelu though. She's definitely the type to, or I think she means what is that character's name? Lucilius? No, it's the other one. But we'll see one of the two. I know she did definitely have a Lucilius phase at one point. So again, these pockets run deep. It could be any one of these characters on the screen. Looks like Sylvano highlighting the Beelzebub right off the bat. All right, and we're locked in. Nelu on the yeah, that's the person I was thinking, but I forget his name. Oh, Sandalphon, yeah. Locking in the Sandalphon. I mean, definitely an interesting pick. These stances are gonna be very interesting to see how Nelu wants to make use of them. You know, you got the set play one, the mobility one, and the just flat out damage one. So getting right into it, Beelzebub, Sandalphon. Both these characters are definitely very tricky, as we talked about with Beelzebub. The teleports and the dive kick, just such annoying tools you have to respect in neutral. With Sandalphon, you also have a bit of these stances. You don't really have to respect them in neutral in the same way, but as soon as he gets them online, it's just so, like, kind of like in items, you have to adapt around what they do for the character. So this is definitely an interesting match we're about to see. You keep the round start, immediately representing the projectile, and Nelu just keeping this game bullet fast. So Vano responding with a bit of a projectile game of his own. And that, wow, I didn't even know that would do that. Immediately representing that to stifle a bit of Nelu's pressure. The dive kick coming out, but I mean, wow, just such a fast-paced gameplay right off the bat. On the water stance. Nice air-to-air and into the throw tech to keep this game just really fast. I don't even know who wants to keep the gameplay fast, but like, you know, they're both just very content with scrapping. Almost with a pretty nice confirm coming out, but EP, wow. Trying to sneak out with that roll, but that close L just lagless. Able to catch the roll anyways, and really fast gameplay coming out from both players. First point going to Sylvano. Nelu's trying to keep the pace a bit faster in her favor, but again, just with the clash into dive kick, doing a lot of work. Finally finding the hit of her own. Water stance here for the set play potential. Guard break because of it, and really well-placed DP. You know, as soon as you get those minus frames, like I was saying, as soon as you get those minus frames, DP becomes really relevant because you can just stifle their pressure so well with that. There's a bit of neutral action. I mean, both these characters just want to run at you. Nice jump coming out from Nelu, scared of the dive kick. And quite an even game coming out. Close H to try to catch an option there. And let's see how this corner pressure runs. Maybe a jump out, but this hit's going to be big. That's going to seal out the round, I think. Nice, really great confirm coming out from Nelu. Especially with a slippery character like Beelzebub, you know, you got to make the most of your hits. And Nelu doing just that on the 6XL confirm. Really good. That's going to be 1-1 for both players. Again, representing that projectile round start, that dive kick, and you know your plus. Again, on the minus frames, you can represent DP, and Nelu, no stranger to representing DP at all. Seems like Sylvano is kind of opting for a bit more of a slow game plan here. Just trying to make space so that Nelu can't run as much of the pressure. But again, wow, Nelu, 3 DPs in a row, all 3 of them landing. Just such good placement coming out. Now we're just going to run our pressure, like, good defense. Nelu's defense is just so insane, and Sylvano's having a hard time breaking through. Nelu also running a really good defense of their own, and that, wow, I don't know, but the charge move there coming out with the confirm, just always ready to confirm, keeping the pace bullet fast Nelu. Sylvano finding a hard time keeping up. Especially, he was doing a really good job in the first game, but Nelu finding a bit more of her footing. Nice spot dodge on the vacuum. Got caught a bit off guard of that in the first set. But that alt projectile just coming in for the hard knockdown. Again with these DPs where, you know, at a certain point you just gotta wonder when is Nelu gonna get hard punished for this? It's definitely gonna be that big reversal in life lead here once you got it, but Nelu not giving Sylvano the chance. That might actually be the round. Nope, we got no damage online. Safe jump here. Nice, good patience, but that BC really well placed. Oh, trying to call out the reversal. Probably reversal BC, but still representing that DP. Just such good placement on that. Gonna get another round on the board for Nelu. Good mash out. Nice. Nelu's just ready for these clashes. Nelu is also very good at recognizing clashes, you know, just cancels into buttons that will probably win. Good alt reversal coming out from Sylvano. Again, Nelu just with the BC, as soon as she recognizes her turns up, she wants to take it back as soon as possible with these BCs and DPs. A bit simple pressure. And getting sniped by the ball, that's just gonna be that. Keeping it simple, but that is going to be the round. Wow. You know, as soon as Nelu just found her footing, it's been impossible, at least near impossible for Sylvano to stop it. We're seeing a bit of the DP coming out, but even then, it's not enough. Nelu's just no stranger to taking back her turn as soon as possible. Nice. Okay, getting caught by the vacuum this time. Let's see what the offense is. Just running the slow game plan of the zoning. Beelzebub's projectiles are actually pretty good at that. But the downside is you don't take space, and so when Nelu wins the next interaction, you know, you're already in the corner. A bit of dive kick action, taking back a bit more space here, but... Oh, representing the DP, getting caught by the second hit. And the vacuum? Okay, so Vano's doing a very good job at keeping this pace at one he wants to play, but the alt fireball is going to do a bit to stop that. 2 alt fireballs coming out, and we're just throwing... The screen is blue right now. We are just throwing out alt skills left and right. BC coming out to stifle the momentum, but both players do not want it to be the other person's turn. Coming out with the alt vacuum and yellow dive kick. Wow, so Vano just doing such a good job at mixing up the pace so Nelu doesn't know what to do. Like, what's coming next? How does he want to play? Does he want to go for zoning or does he want to go in? Like, it's so hard to tell, especially when you're doing a good job. Good spot dodge on the vacuum, representing that DP. Just keeping these DPs very tricky. We're like 5 for 5 on these DPs out from Nelu. 2-0, I think. Yeah. Oh, but here we go. As I was talking, this is going to be a huge punish coming out from Sylvano. You know, we're just representing it so that Nelu knows she cannot always represent the DP, and as soon as it comes up, that's just going to be the round. Wow, what a great punish coming out from Sylvano. Very well played. You know, you can't let her get away with every single one. Saving it for when it matters, giving him the first point on the board. Good patience, probably expecting a DP there, and to the delay tech, keeping up the pressure, and that dive kick gonna snipe out the 6XL. Oh, trying to represent a bit of a reversal of your own, but wow. Both these players just playing at a very high pace so well, but Sylvano coming out a bit ahead. That alt vacuum's gonna come out to lengthen your life beat just a tiny bit. A bit of an unk check, you know, probably expecting a hit for the BC, but we will take the Raging Strike guard break instead. That is just so much damage here. Not going to be the round, but this was a very leading position into basically even. Alt DP coming out, though, to take that round, and that was looking a tad scary. Not a stranger on defense, though. You know, he's been playing his defense pretty well, too. Not scared to represent these alt DPs either, as we've been seeing recently. Bit of a corner pressure of our own. Really good spot dodge for the vacuum. Back throw coming out just to take the position advantage. But Sylvano's just going to slow it down a bit. Wow, really good confirm coming out from the water ball. And that's going to be corner pressure, or full combo into corner pressure here. Just both players respecting the other's defense a lot. BC coming out for the hard knockdown and the positional advantage. Guard break for the, wow, really great bait. And, you know, Nelu's saying, you know, you can bait my reversals, but I can do it to you just as well. And that's going to be the round. It's really just on whether or not Nelu can keep this pace like super fast and close it out before Sylvano can find his footing. So far doing a good job, but Sylvano's been doing a very good job at keeping the pace to his liking as well. Especially with these fireballs in the vacuum, you know, just mixing up the neutral game so much. Oh, but representing the DP maybe a little too much. Nelu ready on the bait. And that's just going to be big damage using so many specials. A quick drop, but you still get your pressure. Nice. I mean, Sylvano's just looking for any way out of this pressure, trying to represent the teleport, and I think that's going to be it. Nelu ready with a 6XL confirm. Oh, wow. Nope, not quite. Oh my gosh, but Nelu's just ready for any confirm that comes her way. Quick blue fireball into itself for the round, and that's going to be a 3-1 game for Nelu. I mean, yeah, Sylvano just struggling a bit to find his momentum, representing the reversal a lot to try to stifle a bit of Nelu's offense, but as soon as she caught on, it was just a wrap. Very well played coming out from both players, though. Sylvano had some very good rounds of his own. And now we got Astuate versus Nelu, probably representing the Vikala, but it's going to be an entirely different game as compared to when she played against Sylvano. Because, you know, Grappler Zoner, it's just a struggle for the Zoner to get in. But now that Nelu's playing Sandalphon, he definitely has a bit more tools to find that his footing in neutral, especially with the ult fireball, just a jump scare to get the hard knockdown into pressure. But might not even be representing the Sandalphon. Again, Nelu's pockets run deep. We could be seeing any one of these characters on screen. Seems like it's going to be the Meg. I know nothing about this character, so my comms are probably going to be a bit scuffed, but we'll see how it goes. Nelu's probably just going to run a bit of her normal game plan, you know, trying to keep this game bullet fast. I don't know if she has any good tools against Vikala zoning, but we'll have to see as it goes on. It's just going to be more of the same from Astuarte, you know. We want to stick in neutral for as long as possible, chip him down before he gets a chance to run offense. Letting the intros rock. Respect, respect.
Almost sounds like you want us to go on tour. You're not playing around, are you?
I'm so there. Getting tickets is gonna be a bloodbath.
All right.
I need the dates for the first and last night, like yesterday.
This has to be like one of the longest intros. What is happening? I swear, it's because there's two characters, so it has to be twice as long, and then they have to have the Yuri part in the middle too. But right off the bat, going for a jump. Nice on Astuarte, respecting the scramble. So right now we're just gonna see what Astuarte's got in store. A quick roll coming out though, and Nelu's gonna run her offense a bit here. Really good, like whatever that is, throw bait to bait out the throw tech, but Astuarte rolling out to reset to neutral here. Good anti-air, you know, you gotta represent that. Nelu's just not scared to represent these options at all. DP, jump in, you know, whatever she's feeling like at the moment. Astuarte ready for the one, but getting caught on the second. Good reversal DP coming out from Astuarte again. A lot of these games are just going to be how you can stifle Nelu's offense, and both these players actually doing a pretty good job at just representing the DP. Nice BC coming out. Opting for a bit more offense, but as soon as you want to return to neutral for some zoning action, Nelu's ready to punish. Just stuck trying to defend for the entire game. But Astuarte actually putting up a very good fight, especially with that reversal and the anti-airs. Just not quite closing it out with a bit of our zoning game plan. And this is what you want to see if you're Nelu. just non-stop offense, not letting us Tuarte breathe. We're basically on defense until either we want to spend the diamond for BC or 50 meter for the reversal. Another throw tech bait here, dropping the combo, but again, you still get your pressure, and that's going to be a perfect for the game 1.
It's amazing.
Nelu is just so good at keeping the pace very fast. Doing a lot of work into Tuarte especially, because Tuarte wants the exact opposite thing. You know, she just wants to block, she just wants to zone, and she wants to keep the pace super slow, frustrate you. But Nelu doing such a good job on this offense. You're seeing a bit of blocking action coming out from Tuarte, but you can't block forever. You gotta swing out eventually. Oh, coming a bit out there, but not quite ready for the confirm. Just a quick confirm into the SBA. Actually dropping. These drops coming out from Nelu doing a lot for Tuarte, just giving her a bit of breathing room to take back her turn. But we're just back in the corner. That might be a safe jump. Nice spot dodge coming out. You know, you don't want to block. You just want the spot dodge into hard punish. Going for that close H. And Nelu just doing such a good job again. Tuarte is also doing a good job at trying to stifle this momentum, but Nelu, as the player she is, just doing such a good job at adapting back. Good mash coming out from Tuarte. This defense, I mean, the defense is still really hard to crack. Tuarte is no stranger to just blocking you out until you get frustrated. But yeah, Nelu, again, just keeping it so fast. We're actually seeing a bit more of the Tuarte show this time around. Able to set up the zoning and just slowly chipping out Nelu. But that 1-6 XL is just going to apply the pressure. Just going to block it out. Really good defense coming out from Tuarte. But we'll see how long she can... Wow, good press. Good tech. No escape coming out, so you got the pressure on. But wow, really good reversal coming out from Tuarte. I mean, this defense is just exactly what you want to see. You know, when you're playing a zoner like Vikala, you know, you want the frustration to be on the zoning, but you can just block everything, and you don't even have to press. You just hold down back, and eventually they'll slip up. Quick anti-air coming out into the confirm for Tuarte for the round, and really well played round coming out. Really good air throw too. Tuarte finding a bit more of her footing this time around. Going for the air-to-air, but getting sniped out. Really good confirm mid-screen to corner. See what's in store. And this pressure is just unrelenting. Tuarte was doing a really good job at blocking it out, but you can't block everything. Nelu, with the unrelenting pressure, is just going to find the gap she needs, and that's going to be 2-0 for Nelu. Tuarte just not finding the big leads she needs so far, but I mean, this close NN pressure is going to allow a big enough gap for that grab. Nelu looking for a bit more of an opening this time around. BC attempt turned Raging Strike. Gonna give the pressure to Nelu. And again with this pressure, these throw baits been doing work though. It's just, wow, and again, yeah, these throw baits been doing work. Nelu is very good at keeping her offense like unpredictable and fast. So Tuarte finding a bit of trouble on these throw baits. Again though, this reversal super is just doing so much work. That's going to put Tuarte in a slight lead here into the zoning game plan, but getting a bit too greedy for the jump in. Nelu ready to anti-air and close that one out. Set point for Nelu, I think. Well, we'll see how it goes. Tuarte has just been running the neutral game plan she wants, but Nelu, as soon as she gets on offense, like, you just have to find bigger value off of it, or else, like, as soon as Nelu gets in, she's just gonna take half your life bar. Good DP coming out from Nelu. Haven't had much of an opportunity to represent it. And sweep into the set play tool, actually, for a short combo. Backdash baiting the DP, and wow, Nelu with the quick. I think that's 3-0.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's amazing how
quick 3-0. Estuarte showing some signs of life near the end, especially with that pressure string. But Nelu, as soon as it comes up, just stifling it with a DP, representing the reversal of her own. And I think that's bracket. So thank you all for watching. What is it? Madison Mashers 23 Granblue. We got some more